ship at night. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Change it.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
Thunder.
They're the world's most fearsome fighting team.
We're really hip.
This is the story of the super force of space explorers.
That's those trans people.
Fire! Fire!
That's lightning, you dumbass. The lightning's cool.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
Remember that time that tree got struck by lightning? And it got set on fire? That was cool. Is this one of those Revenger movies?
Huge out! Fire! Fire! Fire!
They burned his face off.
More fire! Fire everywhere! Burn! Burn! Burn is burn! Fire!
Wait a minute. I think this is Toad of the Rings. It's the robot from Star Turds. It's the gay guy from Remembrance. They're stupid. It's not boring.
Sherry! Sherry! Fire! Fire!
What is what? That's a word.
Fire! Fire!
This
I need some pee-pee for my bunghole.
Whoa.
I think you guys should do Beavis and Butthead meet some Mexican for the first time.
Butthead! It's a Mexican! He's a Mexican! He's brown!
He's grabbing his crotch in Spanish.
Hello, Bradley.
Did you see that episode, Mike?
Yeah, I saw that.
I was gonna say, I think I put that clip on there.
I fucking died. I almost fell, dude. I fell off the. Oh my god, I fell off the sofa. It was so funny. It is so funny. I cannot.
One of
say
the new Beavis and Buttheads. They're watching. I can't remember the band, but it's some band singing in Spanish. And actually, I think it was Beavis. He's like, he's grabbing his schlong in Spanish or whatever. But yeah.
Oh, so good. I cannot tell you how glad I am to be here tonight. I have had the week from hell, possibly a week and a half from hell. I was in the IRS all afternoon. Then I got stuck in traffic trying to get back from Savannah. I know no one's excited about the IRS hiring more agents, but God almighty, there were only 3 in the office today. It was hell.
There's 87 more thousand coming.
They're all running
your way.
around with guns. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I actually got in a conversation with the security guard in the hallway today about the security. They have their own security team. And I said, he didn't think I was funny at all. You know how Mexican Iron Man? Okay, you know how sometimes I say things that I probably shouldn't say if I think it through? No, Mike, you never do that. Okay, right there, one of you could have said something. Right there.
You always do that.
Anyway. So
You mean like me mouthing off to the DPS sheriff about being called a boy?
You saying that is like me going, you know how I breathe every day?
Calling me a boy is like,
So I was
don't
trying
do it.
to-
Don't do it.
I was sitting there in line. I was trying to make this guy laugh, and I said, well, the good news is you'll be hiring. You'll have all kinds of guys with guns in line and watch people like us, right?
He didn't laugh.
No, he didn't think that's funny at all.
Did he pull a gun on you?
No, but he had one. No, they're fully armed at the IRS.
Hey, look, if they, being armed and being able to use it, two different things.
Oh my God, tell me about it. I've gone to some tactical trainings, and I was shocked at the last one that there were like the last one I did. There were 10 of us. There were, I think, 4 of the guys there were cops. I came in second ahead of all of them. It's like 8 hours.
Hey,
of
Jolly.
pistol shoot. Oh my God, Jolly's here. I didn't even notice.
Come on,
Jolly,
boys, Jolly.
tell us about the difference between being armed and being able to use it, Jolly.
Well, I could definitely use some armed assistance down here at the Titty Twister.
Say he's at the Titty Twister.
Yeah, no, not because I wanted to be necessarily, even though I do like this place. But no, if you watch Puff and Stuff show, Puff was here looking for El Perro, and well, he got his tail ripped off, so we got to send him to the ambulance. So, yeah,
Puff,
good
Puff
wishes for
pass.
Puff. Yeah, let's hope.
I've heard the girls down there like to bite.
A little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure who bit his tail off. People said it was a rabid dog. I'm not sure. You know anything about this?
Someone bit Puff's tail off?
Sounds
Yeah.
painful.
That was El Perro.
When did that happen?
That happened during the Puff and Stuff show. With
Were
the
you watching
words?
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was watching it, and El Perro showed up and beat the shit out of Puff.
Oh no! Oh wow! Oh shit! Yeah, Puff's unconscious, so he didn't tell me his story yet. I didn't know what the hell was going on. We just loaded him up in the ambulance, and I jumped on your show.
Well, yeah, that's what happened.
That's crazy. Wow. Fucking dog.
Tim Hayes asked, our culture in 602. Culture is in Vegas, if I am correct. Culture's in Vegas?
AKA.
Six is always
Culture's
invited.
always
So I'm she
Can't remember. I think
Six-
she might have to work tonight. I think she took a shift. I'm not 100%. But I know she went to bed earlier, so if she was going to make it, she'd be here.
Culture's in Las Vegas, hanging out with those guys.
AKA gay.
Wait, what?
What?
the winners, not the losers.
Is that the new series for Star Wars coming out on Disney Plus?
I don't know.
gay 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 gay.
That's no, Andor. That's what it was. Andor. Sorry. Same thing.
Hello, I'm Cassio Keyboard. I am the newest star of Star Wars. Welcome to my show.
Can't wait.
My pronouns are they, them. And now.
Don't even start on them.
Whoever just muted themselves is the one with the crackly connection.
That's probably me, then I'll reboot.
Oh, it's you. Yeah, it's you. You have a really crackly mic connection.
Pop
Look at
crackle.
me I'm being like a Tom Connors. I'm like
Wow.
He
producing.
has a crap booty.
Let's say hello to all the fine people that are so generous with their time and hanging out with us this Friday night, Mr. Stone_Loki, sir.
Good evening, everybody. Psychodorp 9. What is up, my friend? Gun Bunny's here. Gun Bunny. Bunny's got a gun.
Gun.
Yeah, Bunny's got a gun.
Pat S, what is up, my friend? Pat S. Pat S is working his butt off behind the scenes, doing PT as well. Brother, you're an inspiration to all of us. Thank you so very
Pat
much
S
for being here.
has-
Hail
Pat S, you're
Pat
a
S.
warrior.
Pat S has done an amazing job. He's not only first of all, I want to publicly thank Pat S for something huge, which is okay, Thomas back.
Is that better?
No, you're still crackly.
What the fuck? Is it crackly or is it my air conditioner?
No,
maybe
you
it's
just
air
have a little butter up your
Oh,
butt.
it's probably air conditioning. Never mind. Ignore that. Yeah,
I'll
you're
go
right.
turn it off. Hang
No,
on.
no, 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 no. It's not that bad. No, no. Where'd he go?
He's gonna go and do it anyway.
Oh no, he just got. That's the problem with Tom. He's so professional. Everything has to be perfect with Tom.
Jedi Bell says, "I am here just to no one."
Oh God, look at that, Mr. Emotionally Needy.
Jedi Bill,
Oh,
you
he
are
had a-
never a no one.
He just hit 1,500 subs recently, I think.
Yes, he did.
Good job.
Keep it up. Oh my God!
Look who I found.
Alf!
Oh,
There he is.
Hey, Mikey.
Jesus.
fuck me.
Yeah, we missed you on the council, Alf. You got to come on back and hang out again.
One of these days, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Hi, how are you,
Yeah,
sir?
besides Alf.
I love you, Mikey.
Uh-huh. Right. Right. And we have a special guest joining us today. Alf, I'd like you to help me welcome the great CC Karaoke.
Oh, nice.
Thanks for having me.
Where'd
I'm
he
a
go?
huge fan.
I'm a huge fan.
You've
What is
mentioned,
up, CC? How are you doing, brother?
Kiss ass.
Well, I'm all right. I'm parked in a parking lot outside of an old abandoned hospital. It's where I've been all summer.
Oh, nice.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, the benefits of living on wheels. You can just kind of drive wherever you want, and wherever you drive is wherever you live, right?
Wait a
You're
minute.
lucky.
That's,
You are so lucky.
that is
Yeah.
awesome. Are you? And that's the inside of what your place looks like?
Pretty much, yeah. Well, the slides are in currently, so it's a little more narrow than normal, but
Yeah, he's always
basically-
hanging out in the disco RV.
Wow.
I love it.
I
figured
I never like stopped and realized. I mean, I guess now that I think about it, I can see how. I think that is that steering wheel I see behind you somewhere.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks like
it's
it's the
just
window and
behind
all
there.
that.
I figured I'd play a conservative tonight and not have everything like flashing around. Yeah.
Looks
Wow.
good. Well, welcome to the Friday night show. We're just here shooting the shit. It's a bar, whether you drink or not. It's a bar, and we're just here to hang out. We're in the middle, welcoming everybody in the chat. I want to publicly not welcome Monkey Jeebus, also known as Alf Jeebus. Thank you for not for being here. Not really. Thank you. Not really. But he's
What's
here.
wrong with Monkey Jeebus?
Well, because when he's not Monkey Jeebus, he's Alfie Jeebus, and he's a terrorist, and he follows me around YouTube and creates havoc everywhere I go.
I think he's a El Perro fan, too, actually.
Yep. He is on the wrong team. Now, the important
Yeah,
part,
he needs to be a fan of Puff.
This is Mikey earlier today. Somebody snapped an image of him out in public. I don't trust that guy in the wheelchair.
Hey, you know what's funny? You see how it says
trigger happy.
IRS? Okay, this is funny. You see how it says IRSC ID? They actually have that's the actual department for collections. That's their collections. Their collections internal. I can't remember what the I stands for, but IRSC ID is their collections division.
Why
Don't
am I
come
not
collecting from
comfortable?
me.
I was going to say, why am I not comfortable with them having guns and lethal force? I'm just saying.
That's because they have not trained for them.
I've
Well,
actually
besides
met.
that, I mean, the
Okay.
IRS just in general.
All right. So the way it's all right, since you ask, I'm going to answer the question, and this is the way it works. So inside the Internal Revenue Service, you have what's called the Administrative Division, and which is basically processing. You send in your returns in electronically or by mail. They take them, they punch them in, or they come in electronically, and they post batches. All right. I'm going to try to keep this short so it's not too boring. Then there's two types of people. There's revenue officers and revenue agents. Revenue officers are people that are just admins, just kind of people like you and me, but they're like revenue officers have the ability to make your life hell. They can start audits, they can, ask to see documents, they can send you nasty grams, they can freeze your bank accounts. Then you have revenue agents. All right. When you're a revenue agent, you're in the collections division. You're not in processing, you're not in standard collections, you're in enforcement. And because you are a collections agent or an IRS agent, then the IRS agents are allowed to have guns. And I've actually had in my office in San Jose, so the one time this agent came in, she's smoking hot blonde. I mean, smoking hot. Okay, this is like probably about 10 or 11 years ago in my San Jose office. She came in smoking hot. I started hitting on her, and she had to remind me that she was there for an IRS off.
I believe the story until now.
Look, that sounds just about like Mike. He's
bro,
always
I was
looking
talking
out.
with her.
She hit on you, or you hit on her?
No, I hit on her, so she was looking.
Oh,
for
now the story changed all of a sudden.
Well, hey, that's the right story, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so look, she was looking for a client. The client wasn't my client anymore. I gave her the forwarding information. I said, look, I would love to represent this client for you with
Like,
this
baby,
matter.
I can hook you up.
Well, okay, so that's kind of where I was going. I said, look, he's not my client anymore. He used to be, he fired me, I fired him. He wasn't.
Hey, that's the story.
He wasn't doing things.
Hey, it never happened.
He wasn't doing things the way I was advising. He's not a client anymore. And her name was, I remember her name now. It was Lori. Yes, Laurie. Lori.
No, it couldn't have been Lori.
Is she from
Robert
Canada and we'll never meet her?
She was blonde. It was in the San Jose office. So anyway, so we get to talking, and I said, so how long you been with the service? And they love it when you say the service, because it makes them feel like they're in government servitude, CC. Like, they really like that when you say, how long have you been with them?
Just tell them never.
No, I said, how long have you been in the service? You know what I mean? Because Mexican Ironman wanted to get into her service, if you know what I mean. Bro, she was smoking hot. And then she asked if she could go to the bathroom. I said, yeah, it's down the hall. And she comes back.
I could still a climb down the river for smoking hot.
She was smoking hot. Wait, hold on. So she comes back. She comes back down the hallway to my office, and I have this huge office, right? It's got this big conference room. It's really nice chairs, everything. She comes in, sits down, and she takes off her jacket, and I fucking notice she's got a gun on her hip, and I was like, "Oh, are you enforcement agent?" She said,
"Why didn't you say, is that a gun, or are you just happy to see me?"
I'm just wondering why Tom brought donuts but didn't share.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell Paulie that you're eating donuts, Tom.
I'll take one of those.
Don't you fucking dare.
Paulie worries about you all the time.
You will get me in fucking trouble.
Let me see. Hold him up. What are you eating? He's not even
Glazed
watching right now.
Glazed donuts?
He's out with Romy right now. Let me see what you're eating. What is that?
Powdered sugar
donut.
Yum.
There you go, Jolly.
Oh, that's like a Walmart. That's like a Walmart made, homemade like donut. Yeah. Tom's like, man, I wish I could have some donuts. I did get to have a cookie brownie earlier today.
I love donuts.
Chocolate chip cookie brownie with some special.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
I know that I need to lose weight, but here's the problem.
What?
I like sugar.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's going to be a problem then. Sherry
and I like donuts, and I like things that are full of carbs.
You know what those sons of bitches at Walmart did? They already put out the Halloween candy. I had to get a bag of Three Musketeers and Mars.
Oh, I got stuck getting the Reese's Pumpkins.
Sons of bitches.
You know, the funniest thing is Loki doesn't have very many, Loki has no vices or addictions that I know of. But when it comes to sugar and sweet shit, fucking Loki will just tear that shit up, huh, Loki?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. He might be able to. He might be able to.
Soda.
Yeah, he not. Well, I'm a soda drinker. Try to say he might be able to. Between him and Jolly, might be able to keep up with me smoking though. So we'll see. Who knows?
I used to do that. Quit about 100 times before I finally quit completely.
The problem with me is I will be absolutely worthless to anyone if I do anything like that. It's not like, it helps me focus or any. No, I'll be a wreck on the couch.
High and there's getting fucking blitzed. Right.
Loki is a diabetic, so he has to take it easy.
Yeah. I am pre-diabetic, but. Yeah.
Brother, it's the Cheech and Chong style. It's the 8 paper long. Yeah, I'm old school. I don't do the dips or whatever the shit people are doing today. So it's like, hey, roll one. Oh, it's gonna be like a Cheech and Chong size blitz.
Many years ago, I realized that if I was the best roller on campus, everyone would always seek me out to roll.
That's right.
Because it would last twice as long, and
and you'd always make sure you get smoked up. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Okay, wait.
Someone would pull a pinner out, and you'd be like, "What the fuck is that?" Oh, dude, my sister rolled it for me. No, no,
that
give me
ain't
that
a
shit.
toothpick, man. Oh yeah, that is a toothpick, man. Gee, I hope your dick's bigger than this, man.
Okay, I'm a novice. I don't understand what happened because I don't smoke. What happens? What does that mean? Roll it tight or right or wrong?
Okay, so
ask Puff. Dolly, ask Puff. What is Puff?
No,
Puff's in
seriously.
the hospital, so yeah.
Okay, look, first you got to break it up because it's not like it comes like it's in a cigarette or something. So first you got to break it up. Some people use a grinder. I don't use any of that shit because you get stems in there.
Okay, well he's a cigar smoker, so explain it like a cigar smoker.
Okay, think about it like right off the branch, dude.
Well, that would be
okay. So your stuff's pulled right off the branch. It's in a bag. You get it. You're like, oh, that's nice. Don't ever take shake from anybody because that's like you don't know what the fuck's in that.
Can we just stop for a moment and admire Mexican Ironman's salt and pepper goatee there? He's looking mighty dapper with that.
Yeah.
Oh, so I should keep. All right. So let's
look
vote.
at that.
Should I keep it or should I shave it?
You need to keep it. You need to keep it.
I'm kind of attracted to you in a funky way.
Wow.
Wait, what?
See what Mike Roach sees in him. That's for sure.
I want you to be my poppy.
No, I can't because I already belong to lovely Sherry. Hey, Tom, I know you get Tom. I don't mean to embarrass her because I know she's in the chat, but am I not Rico Smoothie Face with lovely Sherry on Mead Radio or what?
Dude, I'm liking it. I like it. It makes you look sophisticated.
Okay, cool. I'll keep it.
Brandon, the anime guy, thank you for joining up as a warrior of Midgar, and thank you, Darth Arlena, both of you. Thank you so very much. Arlena has upgraded her membership to Loki's Army. Thank you so very much. We're going to be doing a giveaway soon. We've got a giveaway coming up on Monday. There's going to be a member stream, so don't miss that. If you are a member, you're going to get a chance at 2 books. The two lower tiers are going to get a chance at a hardback copy of Adega Outlaws book Evolution. If you are it's going to be the Blood Witch. So a copy of the Blood Witch. If you are in the upper 2 tiers, you have a chance at a signed copy of the Blood Witch.
Speaking of
we were
books,
supposed to do that this first of this month, but we screwed it up, and we're going to do it Monday.
Somebody got to talk to an author this last week.
Oh.
Indeed. Thanks to Mexican Ironman, thanks to Tom, and thanks to Andre. I got a chance to talk to Timothy Zahn again. Absolutely wonderful guy. He is so cool with the fans, with people. When we were in Nashville, I probably talked to him for like 30 minutes about about how when I was growing up, the experience I had with my dad, and how we kind of bonded through the books. And I got to mention that again to him, and he always says the exact same thing. He goes, I thought the biggest thing would be like, cementing my work and what you make off of it, but it's the people that come up to him and say, this happened because of your book. Those are the things that matter most to him. Absolutely awesome guy.
Yeah, he was very gracious with his time. I mean, I was hanging out in the background while you and Andre were talking to him, and I was throwing Andre some follow-up questions here and there, but no, you guys did a great job, and you talked to him for a little over an hour, and that is one of the what's great about it is of all the interviews we've done, that one is probably the least edited. If that says anything, that means that we had
my God, I was wondering that because I saw it twice, and I was like, where are all the cuts and the breaks? And I think there were only 2, I think.
Well, there's a few hidden in there, but really, we only talked to him for just over an hour, and if you look at it, it runs almost an hour. So we only cut out a few minutes here and there of just, I think redundant things, and there was a couple things that he couldn't talk about. But other than that, it was one of the, as far as our interviews go, release-wise, the director's cut, let's say, is not much longer.
Wow.
Because our Gary Tunnicliffe, we talked to Gary for 9 hours straight about Highlander, and we put out about 6 of it, if that. Right?
Really?
For instance. Yes.
Wow, we got some stuff happening in the chat, Mr. Stone _Loki.
Yeah, Larry
has gifted 10 Loki's Mornings of Mischief memberships. Larry, brother. Thank you. That is insane, brother. Thank you so very much.
Wow, that's big money right there.
For gifting 10 Loki's Mornings of Mischief memberships. Absolutely. Dude, thank you. I wish I could highlight that. I can't highlight it.
Yeah, I know that's what sucks about StreamYards, and they need to get that stuff fixed.
They do.
I can remember reading Timothy Zahn, Higher to the Empire, back when I was like 13. So I want to say, when was that?
Yeah, it came out about 92, 93, somewhere in there.
Yeah, 91, 92, yeah.
Maybe a little, yeah, maybe 91, but I would say more like, because I remember when it came out, I want to say I was a freshman, if not at least 8th grade. And we're close to the same age.
Right.
Yeah,
definitely. I don't think I was in high school yet, but close. Yeah.
It's probably around grade 8, grade 10, which for me would have been the end of the 90s. So it had the whole trilogy was finished by that point.
By that point, yeah.
And I was I was on the internet, I was on Google, I was like, so what's the best of Star Wars in the expanded universe? And obviously that's what kept coming up, right?
I mean, I didn't really get into the EU, but I remember when that came out, it was just like this kind of quaint idea of, oh, wow, there's a sequel to Star Wars coming out. Like a new story.
All we had, actually.
Yeah, it was just like weird. Yeah. And they had, Han Solo and Luke and Leia on the cover. We're just like, oh, interesting. And I just remember everybody like getting into it. And it was like, oh, cool. Because I vaguely remember reading the first book. But here's the thing is I don't like doing homework.
Yeah.
Well, it starts out really well because it dives right into Luke's character and how he's feeling and how he's gotten better in the Force and what he's learned. And I think he even immediately starts having, ghost talks with Anakin and all the,
right.
Obi-Wan and all that. So
yeah, I kind of vaguely remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of that interconnection to the original trilogy right away. So it sucks you in, from what I remember. Like I said, it's been years since I've read
and
it.
I think the problem was, like CC was saying, is I think it took him a couple of years between books or whatever to where my interest went elsewhere. And the next thing I know, by the time I turned my head and looked back, there was like 20 fucking books in the EU. And I'm like, shit, I don't know where to begin now.
Right, that's kind of what happened to me too. I got into it and then fell out of it. And then, before you knew it, the prequels were around the corner. So
yeah, that too, yeah.
Yeah, 7 years later, basically.
I remember that might be one of the reasons why I was kind of disappointed with the Phantom Menace more so than anything is I made the mistake of reading that book. The book that came out, the novelization of Phantom Menace came out like a week before the movie.
Okay.
And the book is actually a little bit better because there's a bunch of stuff that's in the book that's not in the movie. That didn't make its way to the final cut. Well, there's like more setup for Anakin. Like Anakin shows up before the midway point for one. Right, like he's kind of interspersed like Luke was in the first movie. Like you actually see him fuck up his first race, and that's why Watto's all pissed off at him. You see all that, like don't see it, but you read about it in the book, like because he fucks up, he crashes the pod racer, but manages to survive. And then of course all Watto is just pissed off because he crashed the damn thing. Just little things like that. There's more of like Darth Maul's development. I can't remember all the differences because it's been like literally over 20 years since I've read it, but yeah.
Yeah, we were robbed with Darth Maul. We went in with high expectations and were kind of shocked when they killed him. Like
I think they got into a little bit more of his where he came from and shit too, if I remember right.
Right. Yeah, he was hyped up as the big baddie, and we all went in thinking he was going to be through the whole trilogy, like the big baddie, that Anakin would have to fight at the end type of thing or something, but nope, right away, bam, he was gone.
Clearly,
was
Six
to be
is
the
read
big bad of George's actual scripts for the sequels. At least I remember hearing that.
I think George, if he would have let somebody else direct him, I think they would have been better. I think the story was good. It just wasn't produced well, if that makes sense.
Honestly, I think Spielberg should have directed at least the first one.
Fuck yes.
I mean, and this is nothing against George. It's just I truly honestly think he's autistic or has Asperger's or something, right? He just has this thing that doesn't click when it comes to because you can kind of see it in Star Wars. It was kind of, barely cobbled together by Marsha. And then that's why he kind of got away from directing for a while. But then when he got back, it was just like, you could tell he didn't have the focus he needed, right?
Well, Empire, he had way more money, and so he was able to hire a good director and spend more money.
Kirshner made a big difference, yes.
Yeah, and spend more time, focusing on the story and the project and, all the.
Well, and Kirshner was the only guy who gave him some pushback, right? Marquand didn't.
Right.
And that's the whole thing, is there's still to this day people debate, if George actually ghost directed Return of the Jedi. I'm like, there really is no debate. Of course he did. All you have to do is watch the making of any behind the scenes movie he produces, just like with, that's why Ron Howard refused to, because actually he asked Ron Howard to direct Phantom Menace. And Ron said no. And the only reason I can think of is because George breathed down his neck the whole time he directed Willow. You watch the behind the scenes, it's George the whole time dictating to him what to do. And you're like, this is Ron Howard. I get it, George, but like Ron Howard has already directed a few movies. I think he knows what he's fucking doing, right? Like this guy made Cocoon and a couple other things already. I think he can handle this.
Well, you're right, Tom. They needed to bring in Spielberg because with the Indiana Jones, movies, that I think their chemistry would have worked well for the Star Wars movies.
I agree. He's one of those guys who also can tell George, no, that's not going to work, right? But he lost even that battle when it came to Indiana Jones 4. And it's right in the interviews where he's like, George kept coming to me with this script. And I'm like, George, I don't want to do another movie about aliens. And he's like, yeah, but they're not aliens now. They're interdimensional beings. And he's like, fine, whatever, George. And it was basically, just to make George happy at that point, right?
Right. Shut him up. Yeah. Well, we saw how that played out.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the next one, guys.
Well, I guess I'm the only one. I'm the only one on this entire panel that liked the prequels when they came out.
I liked them, and I like them more now.
Attack of the Clones. Like that, for me, that was the movie where I just went, because I started off as a Star Trek fan, and I was up until the point where they canceled fan films. That's a whole other thing. But for me in Star Wars, Attack of the Clones is where I truly fell in love with.
Okay, so that's what you and I have this in common then, because I always liked Star Wars. It's hard for me to call it New Hope because to me it's the Star Wars, but I did like it, and that's what gave me an appreciation for Luke and being brave and all this stuff. I really wasn't when Attack of the Clones came out and the lightsabers and all that stuff. That took it to a whole level. That's when I really jumped in and I saw all the movies when they came out, but that's what really I'm like you. That really just took it to another level. It was after that movie that I started my obsession with lightsabers and getting them, playing with them, and all that stuff. Even though as a kid, you take a stick here and there, but it was when that movie came out. I was a little bit older, and that started my obsession with trying to make them. And I was always broke as shit, for many, many years. So I'd have to I try to make, and make a lightsaber, that kind of thing, and never was very successful in it. But yeah, that's what did it for me is Attack of the Clones. And then, interestingly enough, it was Loki that got me to watch the Clone Wars. Do you remember that, Loki? When I was So I never saw any of the Clone Wars until I got in an accident in November. Loki, when was the accident? November of 2020. Yes?
It was October or November, right around there. Yeah.
Yeah, and when I started,
busted his leg really bad, guys. Bad where the bone was coming out of it. Ooh.
Yeah.
It smells like walnuts, guys. Yeah, bad's bad.
Ankle,
like almonds.
Imagine you're sitting in bed. And your right ankle, like your ankles normally, would point up, but now imagine one of your ankles is pointed south to Mexico, and in the middle of your leg, you can see your bone sticking out. Yeah, it was pretty horrific. Anyways, welcome 70s rock fan.
Good evening, everybody. Happy Friday.
L Team Canada.
Happy Friday.
Yeah.
Dude, you didn't have to send a link. I'm gonna give you my number. That way, if you ever want on here, because I never check the back because Mike's sending the invites.
Normally on Fridays I'm working at this time, but today my shift was changed, so I can be here. So it's great. Thanks for having me on.
I like it when just the Mexicans here. You never show up. CC Karaoke's here. Tom's here. All of a sudden you're available. That's awesome.
Well, to be clear,
I love him. He's younger than me.
Back to the prequel discussion.
Oh yeah,
I don't hate the prequels. I just had a very bad experience with episode 2 more than anything. The first movie, it took me a while to realize I wasn't that big of a fan. I'll still watch it. Honestly, if you asked me which one if I had to sit down and watch one, depending on my mood, I would pick 1 or 3 and probably usually the first one, just because it's the most fun and the one that feels the most like Star Wars. But it was that second movie because I went to see that, with almost 2,500 other people. It wasn't at a theater. It was at the Orpheum in Madison. They showed it at at the Orpheum, which is basically like a concert hall.
Yeah, the Orpheum Theater,
Yeah.
The Orpheum. By the way, the Orpheum theaters across the country were amazing acoustically.
Yeah, well, so normally they would just show like, this is concerts and plays and all that stuff, but they had this huge fucking screen set up all the way across the stage. Like probably the biggest screen I've ever seen. And literally it was a packed house full of nothing but Star Wars fans, and it was a hell of an experience. It felt like a rock show. But as the movie went on, and as you got, into the movie, people kind of, the energy kind of fell. But then that final fight started happening, and everybody was like up on their feet, and everything was great. And Yoda comes out, and everybody starts cheering and freaking out. And then all of a sudden, he starts flipping around like a frog, and the entire room just goes dead silence.
Mm.
And like it kind of felt like just everything after we walked out of the whole movie, it was just like, yeah, it was all right, but it was just kind of, meh. The next one will be better. We all kept going, the next one will be better. I kept saying it was just like
it's building up to something, Tom.
Yeah, but it was just kind of the experience. It was like a huge high to start with, and the balloon kind of popped by the end of the night. So I think it was at that moment I just kind of felt like, yeah, this is something's not clicking with this.
I had never been in a theater and experienced that much energy.
Oh, it was crazy.
Attack of the Clones. When I mean, like you said, when Yoda comes out and he opens his cloak and yanks that, everybody was on their feet. I'd never seen anything like it in a movie theater before, ever.
Well, it was weird because, yeah, you're right. It was like fever pitch. Everybody's cheering, like literally cheering. It was like a rock concert. And then all of a sudden he goes, rah! And he starts flipping around, and it goes dead silent. And then some people start laughing, and it was like, oh shit, what did he do? I don't know. There was just something about that moment, and it just from that moment on, it was like I was worried about episode 3. And I mean, episode 3 at least wound up being the best of the bunch as far as film wise goes. But no, I don't hate them, but it was just kind of like a moment in time that I don't know if anybody else experienced the same way I did. But it took me a while to kind of come to terms with it all.
I think, Tom, I remember having a bit of a nap during the Phantom Menace.
I felt that's when I didn't finish my story before, Brian. That was just it. I thought I loved the film, but about like the 4th time seeing it, I fell asleep during the pod race. And I'm like, if I'm falling asleep during the pod race, then something's wrong.
Yeah. There was some good stuff in all 3 of them, in bits. There was definitely good
Luckily,
bits
I woke up for the final fight, so I was like, oh, good. At least I didn't miss that.
Yeah, those were great. Those were generally great, other than, as you say, flipping Yoda. But some of the other stuff was pretty draggy. Lots of scenes of voting in parliaments,
But I don't know. It just kind of was like one of those nights where if you feel like your innocence is lost kind of thing. I don't know. It was weird. Like me and my buddy, it was one of the few times I think we ever got drunk afterwards. It was just kind of depressing.
That's when the days where I'd get drunk going into a film, never mind coming out of it.
Right.
That's probably why I had a nap.
Have you guys been to any of these theaters where you can actually buy liquor?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
B&B, Alamo, all
Rogers
that.
and all that. Yeah.
Alamo after.
Oh my God,
That's
y'all
where I
were
got
there.
that's where I got my Alien Tiki mug. Was I got completely wasted on the 4K
you've got
anniversary
that,
of
haven't you?
Alien. Oh yeah.
Nice.
On my
That's great.
right next to Bob, the giant alien head I have on my wall.
Cool. But yeah, you just put your hand up and say, waiter, bring me a beer. Silent.
You know they had a Queen. Okay, so get this. There was the store in the mall that we would go to, and they'd have action figures and statues and all kinds of shit. And they've got this big alien head up on the wall. And I asked them, I was like, okay, just out of curiosity, is that for sale? And they're like, oh yeah. And they've got like an alien queen coming out of a wall, and that's for sale too. And they're like, yeah, that's for sale. And the statue of Wonder Woman's for sale. And all this shit in the store is for sale. And I'm just like, wow, okay. So I get the alien head. I went back 2 weeks ago to see if they have some just normal size, like $100 marble statues or something. And the store's not there. It's a fucking Doc Martens, and it's like, we will be here this December. But the statue store is on the other side of the mall now. So I go all the way over to the other side of the mall, and they've got shit. There's like nothing in there. And I'm like, did you guys just move? And he's like, no, we've been here for 2 months. And I said, what happened to the big like alien queen coming out of the wall? He goes, we had to throw all that shit away.
Oh.
And I'm like, dude,
Didn't
why would you do that?
Who would run a store like that and not know the importance of that shit?
$1,000 like wall mounted alien queen coming out of one of those doors, one of the pressure doors, and they fucking throw it away.
It's heartbreaking.
Wow.
I only hope that the garbage guys that come to empty the dumpsters, that one of them went, wait a minute, what's that? And took it, and it didn't get destroyed.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah, no, I tell you, I actually, me and a buddy were hosting it was like a DJ type of dance party rave thing, right? At this, there's just this little building downtown, but the building next to it that we were renting out was like a rundown, shut down video store. And we just happened to peek over at the dumpster, and you could see a bunch of stuff sticking out of it. Open it up, and I found this giant Army of Darkness poster. Like, it's just huge, like half the size of a wall. So I snagged that. So yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised what some of these businesses throw away. And but I'm sure dumpster divers found it.
I hope so. Oh,
I'm
shame to waste that. Yeah. But it's always good to worth building a relationship with people in your local cinemas, because you can get stuff,
Oh my
cardboard
God.
cutouts and posters and you name it.
Yeah, I've been getting free entry. I've been getting free entry to movies because I tip them when I buy food. Like I tip them, and now the manager has me. So now from here on out, when they get the movie, he texts me or emails me. He says, "Hey, we're gonna see when it arrives in their theater and they watch it the day before, the night before, or he has it the night before. He's gonna hit me up, so that'll be cool. That'll make life a lot easier.
Oh, fucking sweet, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna make my life so much easier. Like for when we have to review shit on me.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, that'll be sweet.
Yeah,
admit it, Mike. You threatened to put the new IRS agents on them to audit the tips.
It's like, I'm an accountant, motherfucker.
I'm going to audit your tips.
I know tons of IRS agents. You don't want them up your ass with a gun,
especially
do you?
the hot ones.
Do you?
Dave Bob, you just started collecting lightsabers?
Yeah, well,
how many? Are you gonna get into it? How many have you bought? I just saw that in the chat.
About 5.
You have 5 already?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to compare collections.
That cooler Andy's talking about, these were massive Pepsi coolers. I almost bought one of those at a con I was at, because they had these massive, they were big, full size Pepsi coolers that were R2D2s.
Wait a minute. It just dawned on me, for CC, how in the hell do you have a Wi-Fi connection in the middle of nowhere? How do you do that?
It belongs to somebody else.
I'm on my cell, basically. Right. I'm paying like $200 a month for cell data, because Canada has horrible cell plans.
You sound great. Like I can't believe you're on a cell signal right now. You sound fucking fantastic.
I'm not in the best location, but I get about 5 megs a second speed, and the microphone's $1,100, so that kind of helps too.
You have an $1,100 microphone?
Yeah.
Show off. That's why it sounds like what brand of mic is that?
Mine costs
a Newman.
$5.
Wait, which one?
A Newman.
Holy shit, bro! That's a recording studio mic.
I don't know. I have this. It's just for better or worse. Like when I go in to buy something at the store, it's like, okay, I'm gonna buy the $50 thing, and then I see the $200 thing next to it, and I'm like, oh, that's nice. I like that. Can I take a look at that? And then I look at the one next to it, and I keep going up until I buy the most expensive.
Okay, you know who else is like that on this show?
Oh God!
This guy right here. This guy right here. This guy.
Yeah, I totally respect it.
This guy right here.
So I was looking last year, I was looking at the Steam Decks and I was like, okay, we've got the, $400 one, and then we've got the $550 one, and then we've got the one with the etched glass and the 500 gigabyte memory and the fastest hard drive. And I was like, okay, I'm pre-ordering. It took a year. I just got my shipping information, I think Wednesday. So I paid for this. And then I've waited and waited and waited, and I finally got my shipping confirmation.
How many buttons has that got on the actual physical front of it? How many buttons can you press?
A bunch.
A bunch.
It's got a bunch. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do an unboxing video when I get it.
Can you show us which Steam Deck you bought and bring it up on screen, like from an
that'd be
internet
lovely
picture or
to
something?
see.
Can I see what you got?
Yeah, I'll show.
All right. While he's doing that, I'm going to pay attention to the comments in the chat here, see what the people are saying. Oh, look, is it Floral from Under a Rock is here?
Hey, Floral.
That's awesome to see.
It's like way past his bedtime.
I'm too poor to buy tons of lightsabers. Well, I will bring you a lightsaber when I come out to LA.
Oh, it's not showing it.
Yeah, Floral must have been like in between going to the bathroom and going back to bed, because he's never up this late.
I Ubered my way out of debt.
Really?
About 70, 80 hours a week for months until I cleared it. That's also something I do. I just when I have to finish something, I can't do anything else until it's done.
Ooh.
That's why you're. Oh my God! This is what Loki got. Let's take a look here, people.
Nice.
Elden Ring.
I want one of those. Yeah.
So I did not get a Switch. People were trying to convince me to get a Switch because of Mario and all that stuff. And I held off, and I really was I was like, man, I could spend $400 on a Switch, but if I do that, I can't turn around and get this. And I was like, no. So these are the three options.
Yeah, you got that one on the right.
You get the 64 gigabyte with a carrying case. You've got the higher tier one that has faster storage, exclusive Steam Community Profile Bundle, and then you've got the max one that is 512 gigabyte, the SSD, fastest storage, premium anti-air glare etched glass on the front of it, exclusive case just for this version, exclusive Steam community, all that shit, and a virtual keyboard theme. But I got mine, like I said, last year. I ordered it, and they just sent it out now. So, I mean, it's literally like a medium range gaming PC in the palm of your hand.
Nice.
Wow. But interestingly enough, that is not the only major. I mean, I won't embarrass you too much, but what happened when we decided you were going to get a new PC for YouTube streaming, gaming, and production? Ladies and gentlemen,
do you want me to show the video?
Show the video. Ladies and gentlemen, what started as a $500 to $1,000 self-build, like Loki was going to get parts here. He was going to get a part there, get some memory here, get a case there, put it all together, build himself a little, gaming PC.
That's impossible. You have to go way higher than that. Assuming you can even buy the parts yet.
Well,
I've been looking for a new rig, and I'm not sure they're even really out there for any reasonable price yet.
No, you got to get them put together. You can't buy. I mean, I think it's better to get them put together with everything you want, in my opinion. OEM. The days are gone where it used to be if you put them together with parts and pieces, they were cheaper, but they're not that way anymore.
The first computer I ever built, I worked all summer, and then I went to the store and I bought all the parts and built it. It's good.
All right. Here we go.
Blow it up. Here, do it like this here.
Greetings, everyone. I am Sparta, the new AI here at Valhalla. Loki had me built with the help of Robert Pearson for what Loki calls a strong feminine personality to counter the current industry. Loki would like me to tell you all about myself, as I was designed with beauty, elegance, and strength at my core. My body is a Thermaltake Suppressor F31 tempered glass gaming case with beautiful lines and ease of access in mind. That does not mean you have access Mexican Iron Man, hands off. I am driven by a Asus Prime X299 Deluxe 2 motherboard with the Intel Core i9-10980XE processor at my core. I am cooled by a Thermaltake ARGB Pacific C360D DC hard tube water cooling kit along with 6 Thermaltake PureWave ARGB sync radiator fans. To drive the gaming and creative needs of Valhalla, I have been given an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3090 GPU or graphics processor with 24GB of GDDR6X video RAM, as well as 32GB of Thermaltake Tough RAM at 3600 MHz. At my heart, I am powered by a 1200-watt Thermaltake Tough Power Grand Platinum Arc reactor. Don't get any ideas, Mexican Iron Man, keep your hands to yourself. As Loki likes to keep all his files neat and backed up, I have been given a 2TB Seagate FireQ 520 SSD, as well as a 20TB Seagate Ironwolf NAS hard drive for all of Valhalla's storage needs. Loki says shield maidens should be able to sing as well as fight, so I have been entrusted with the Creative Sound Blaster AE77.1 surround sound system. I can't wait to try it out at Rambling's next karaoke party. I am overjoyed to join the ranks of Valhalla and be a part of Mornings of Mischief with Loki, but a warning, Mexican Iron Man Loki has warned me about you. You will not sully my good name. As a shield maiden and guardian of Valhalla, you will not insert anything into my box, you heathen. As a precaution, Dr. Adaga Outlaw has installed a modified version of the Skyhorn. Get near me, Mexican Iron Man, and I will blast your twig and berries off at light speed. Thank you all for allowing me to introduce myself. I hope you all have a productive day, and may the fire always burn bright in Valhalla.
Damn straight.
Awesome.
No, it was a little bit more than 5 Psychodorf.
Yeah, a little
That's a
bit.
really sexy looking computer right there.
A little bit more. Yeah, there's the word of the day. A little
Okay,
bit
so
more.
the cooling system, the pump for the cooling system failed, which was beginning of the year, end of last year, beginning of the year, whatever it was. You have no idea what I had to pay to get that fixed because they don't make that pump anymore. So it was like, well, if you want something that's going to, it's good is good. If you want a fucking Ferrari, guess what? Mike said it. He said, you have to pay Ferrari repair prices when you want a Ferrari. So we spent close to $1,000 on the liquid cooling system, getting it replaced and repaired. Just because
I remember when you hit me up, you're like, I think I found the part for $120. I'm like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. I'm like, that ain't gonna do shit.
So what happens, Loki, when Sparta there goes sentient?
Oh man, the first thing she's gonna do is track down Mike and take him out.
First thing she's gonna do is track. No, you know what Sparta's gonna do when she gets AI conscious? She's gonna realize what a smoking hot opportunity Mexican Iron Man is. She's gonna want to battle lovely Sherry for my love. Yep, that's what's gonna happen.
She'll need a body like Edie in Mass Effect. Then that would be ideal.
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect.
And yeah, I bought a car for less. Shellback, I did. I bought a car for less than
It's worth it though, isn't it? It's worth it. It looks good, mate. Very
Guys,
nice.
this has been an exciting week. The CW got sold. Amazon got sold. Rights got sold for Amazon. It's been an exciting week.
The CW is the biggest fucking train wreck of a network I have ever heard of. It operated for years, ladies and gentlemen, at a loss. And they knew this, and they kept up this woke bullshit. They kept up this brigade of we have to be soy, and women are in control, and women are, oh my God, you've got the, you're not the Flash, Barry. I'm the Flash. Kiss my fat ass, bitch. You're not the Flash. Barry Allen's the Flash. All this woke ass shit in a company. This is the get woke, go broke thing.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. For me, even without the woke crap, the CW was always just like cheap teen soap opera channel, and I mean, I'm not sure that there was a whole lot of like value there to begin with. Maybe some like, cheap kind of like, hey, it's so bad it's good stuff sometimes, but I mean, did they ever really have all that much going for them to begin with?
They had a couple of television series that weren't bad at all.
Hey, what
Supernatural
about
that were
was-
even
I saw the first
popular.
Few seasons
about-
of that for sure.
What
but-
about Arrow?
Yeah, I think it's more the potential. I mean, the characters that they had and the shows they could have made as opposed to the garbage they ended up making, it could have been something, even if it was on the fairly low budget side. Nothing wrong with that if the writing is good and the canon is adhered to.
Oh yeah.
It could have really been something, but no, they wanted to prove a point, and by God, they proved it. That's right. They turned that thing around and pointed it at their own head.
But they've still got the CEO of this company that's going to be moving over after the sale. He's still going to be there. They're not getting rid of the fucking guy that drove this into the ground. Why would you do that? Why would you keep this fuck around when for years at a loss? For years.
Hours of endless fun for us talking about it.
Pushing to have this young, edgy, woke shit when their average viewer is in their early 50s. Why would you push this when your average viewer is in their early 50s and wouldn't want to watch any of this crap?
Well, what fascinates me is the buyer in Nexstar Media Group. They own a lot of TV stations around the U.S. Like they own like 200. Oh fuck.
Tom.
I thought Latino Slant was out with freaking Romy tonight. Tom,
who fucking snitched on me?
I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I swear.
It was either you or Six.
Tom, look me in the eye. Tom, I'm gonna look you in the eye right now. Hold on. Where is it? Tom, I'm gonna look you in the eye. Tom, I promise it was not me. I promise.
God damn it, Six.
It was not me. There's no way I would. In fact, the only reason I talked about it is because Polly wasn't here. Polly, can I? Is it too late? Once he's seen it, can I block him on the channel? No, that won't do anything.
No,
well,
don't
somebody
block
did. Damn
Polly.
it.
Don't block Polly. And yeah, there's a woman in the DC CW series with all of them that goes off on Barry Allen for changing history to save his mother, but she changes history to scissor the Queen of France, and everything's cool with that. It's all good.
I haven't seen She-Hulk yet, but I was on Twitter earlier and I saw the Critical Drinkers post with like a 30-second clip from that show. It's all I've seen of it, and I don't want to see any more. I felt like it was some of the most ill dialogue I think I've ever seen.
Guys, I gotta go here. This is from the during a recent conference call. This is about the CW. During a recent conference call regarding the company's newly announced purchase, CFO Leanne Gliha informed the various Wall Street analysts who were attending the call that the goal for the CW was to have it turn a profit by 2025. She said, quote, "It's no secret the CW is not profitable, but Loki, Tom, CC, 70s, Dave Bob, others. It's no secret that the CW is up, but this is not typical for fully distributed broadcaster cable networks. In fact, according to Kagan data, no other broadcast network has ever operated at such an ongoing loss." Get woke, go broke, Loki? What say you?
Well, I don't even know if the CW was ever that popular enough to make any money to begin with. Because like the UPN and the WB were kind of a failed experiment in and of themselves, and that's why they combined to make the CW, because they thought, well, maybe if we combine efforts, then maybe, we can get this out of
yeah, that's what I was saying. Did they ever really have a reputation of having high quality programming. I know they had a couple of
Not
popular
really.
shows, but it was
Yeah,
always
between
kind of like
Smallville and Supernatural and what Gossip Girl and a few of those might be the most popular things they've ever had
yeah.
on
And,
there.
I watched a bunch of Smallville. I enjoyed some of the great episodes in that show. I quite
And most of
enjoyed, but I mean,
Smallville, I think, was when it was still WB anyway, right? So
yeah. It just always felt like it had a campy reputation to me. That wasn't exactly going to make money with unless they
Well,
really changed their identity.
All right, I got another question to ask this fine panel. All right. So we're just going to do an over under here, okay? Because there were confirmations from Nielsen, Nexstar, and some other service that the average age of the people that watch CW content is 57. So let's just go around the horn. Loki, you're below that number of 57. I know that for a fact. Are you a regular CW watcher? I think that's a no. Tom, you don't watch the CW. Why is no one talking to me?
I used to watch the Flash and Arrow, but once it kind of started getting into the soap opera territory with Arrow and Team Flash, I kind of checked out.
Okay, Dave Bob, you're north of 50. Do you ever watch the CW?
Look, the CW stopped in 2006, and it has never made a profit since.
CC, you a CW fan?
I mean, like I said, I watched Smallville back in the day, which might have been before the CW. I watched the first few seasons of Supernatural, but no, I
think they were CW by the time Supernatural came around, if I'm not mistaken. But I could even be wrong about that because that was on forever too.
But you haven't watched them in forever. So, and I know 70s, you don't watch this shit, do you?
I'm slightly over the average.
You're slightly
Darren
over
Murphy.
57, right? You're 57 and a half.
I watched Smallville and I've watched bits of Arrow and The Flash purely because Danielle Panabaker was on it, and I'm
Oh
I'm
yeah,
hot for her.
Danielle
And I've
Panabaker.
met her and she's a very nice girl. But other than that, couldn't care less about it yet.
Yeah, and I know Snowdub doesn't watch this shit. Who's watching this shit? No one's watching this shit. Oh, by the way, 6 is not a snitch.
No, I've never watched it. I always thought it was for chicks, like Lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know what they're doing. I thought that was pretty fucking funny. I found the news that network is for sale is fucking hilarious.
I always thought it was a network for teenagers, so that surprises me about that average
Yeah,
age.
that's
what?
I'm shocked that their audience is over 50.
But you know what?
There's a lot of Twilight moms that loved Supernatural, right? Like that kind of crowd. Yeah.
Well, this is
Hot
what I was
guys
just
taking
saying.
their
It's
shirts
like,
off.
do young
Sure.
people? Here's the thing.
Exactly.
This I think these morons are missing the most obvious point, which Tom has talked about exhaustively over the last year, which is that who that's a young person is actually watching broadcast television on cable anymore. Nobody.
Yeah. No.
I mean,
you'd almost have to
seriously.
be blue hair for that nowadays.
I mean, who's
I haven't actually. The last time I watched cable television was 2006, and I'm
okay,
37.
Loki cut the cord.
And it's got worse since then, Cece.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I'm gonna say, Kristen Couric and Erica Durance were some of the best looking ladies on the CW, but then you got Allison Mack.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
She was the one on Smallville that ended up in the Nexium sex cult.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought she was attractive, but yeah.
How come I never get invited to a sex cult? I mean, not that I would want to, or I think, but maybe. I don't know.
You need to get in with certain personalities, the extremely aggressive ones.
Is Polly mad with the whole "enjoy the rest of your night" comment? Like, that seems a little
Passive
abrasive.
aggressive.
Yeah.
That's a little passive aggressive there, Latino slant.
I'm just curious who
Hey,
snitched on
Polly's
me.
a good guy.
It was not me, bro. You like Tom. If I've done anything, I've proven my loyalty.
Well, that's the thing is, I believe you end 6, so I'm at a loss here. Who else would snitch on me?
Well, it could be any of the 48 people that have been in the stream since we
Who
started.
cares about me that much?
I would hope we all.
We
care
all
about you.
do. We all care about you, Tom.
I would hope we all do,
Aw.
Tom, because you
And don't be all mad, Paulie. We're just, it's all in good fun because we know you give a shit and you're trying to get me in good shape. So that's all it is. And he knows it. He should know. He's probably just playing around.
That's why, like when I was like for sure Wednesday. We had an unruly chat stream on Wednesday on Midnight Sedge, and Mexican Ironman did something he's never done, which is I flexed my muscle a little bit. I thought for sure I was going to get a talking to by Tom.
I don't want to get into that whole thing, but oh no, yeah, there was an individual, let's just say, who has caused some issues for a lot of people in different areas, and they decided to show their butt the other morning on the show, and Mikey pulled out his Midnight's Edge guns real fucking quick, and I've never seen him do that before.
I've never done it since. Though, but I mean, yeah. I thought for sure I was going to get a talking to, but I had to because I know where this thing goes. And you know that I think that's something about like that we have over here in Valhalla, which is that when things get a little ornery, we tend to get over possessive. But I am over possessive of my friends. You know, I'm very defensive. You know, this is a rare thing on YouTube, and I'll tell you, Tom. I'll tell everybody on this panel. And I have been a part of and a party to so much shit behind the scenes that the last thing I have tolerance for is anybody that I love or care about getting targeted in any way, shape, or form. So, yeah.
Well, this individual didn't really deserve anybody's time, let's say, but it's not even worth mentioning. Nobody would know who it was. It was somebody. Good. Yeah, it's somebody who's never been on any streams or anything like that. So I don't think it's like anything. Like there's some drama going down or anything.
I won't go on at any length. I'll keep it short, but I'll just say from the karaoke community perspective, there's a lot of good vibes. We made a lot of friends, but I think every community has. There's going to be things you have to deal with sometimes, and it's pretty universal. I would imagine. You know,
people are people, and there's always going to be people do stupid things. It's you can't legislate for it. Yeah. But Mike shut it down. So,
journey of life.
No, he usually shows pretty good restraint though with swinging his dick around. That was kind of the whole point.
We defend our brothers.
He saves that for the ladies.
That's the big thing. We defend our brothers that have been there for us, that are part of the family. Doesn't matter who the hell it is. You don't let your brothers get trampled on. Period. Some fuck tried to do that to Mike back in October last year, when we were in Dallas, and that shit wasn't happening. Wasn't happening. Mm-mm.
I can't believe somebody would try shit like that in person.
I know.
Yeah. Like I can understand online because there's a lot of like, you're hiding behind a fucking keyboard most of the time, so it's like whatever.
Back at Christmas, part of the community tried to cancel my friend, and I stood by him, and it took 6 or 8 months. Now, people have given it. Come around. It's like, hey, this guy's pretty cool. Sometimes just,
Yeah, I agree with Loki. You got to stand up for each other. We've got a fantastic fellowship community going here across multiple channels and chats, and I think we need to protect it and protect our friends, our fellowship. It's very important. I've had such great participation since I've come onto YouTube, such great fellowship, great warmth, made a lot of great contacts and friends, and I hate to see anything disrupt that. It makes me feel, I hate when I see that kind of aggravation and people doing that. It just makes me feel horrible,
Okay, guys, I just gave out some memberships. Make sure that you open up the live stream and say yes, you want to accept the memberships. Otherwise, YouTube is going to hold them. You gotta, I guess YouTube now. You need to opt into the memberships because freaking YouTube, they turned off the thing.
Explain exactly how you got to do it, Mike. You did it this morning or not, the other day perfectly.
All right, so here's the deal. When someone gives them, first of all, you have to be in the live chat. Number one. So that's one. There's two ways.
And the difference between that is at the top of your chat. If you're on a computer or you're on your phone, look and it says either live chat or
top chat,
popular chat.
Right. So if you're in live chat
or top chat, sorry.
Yeah, if you're in live chat mode, as soon as it says that someone's announced that someone's gifted memberships, it should come up. A little thing pops up that should say, "Do you want to activate it?" So you got to actually look for it, and it only stays up for about 5 or 10 seconds, and you say yes. So if you miss it, Then you have another option, which is that you go to your computer and you click the join button. You can't do this on your phone. You can't do it on a mobile device, unfortunately. But if you're on a computer, you click the join button. And then what it does is it opens you up at the top. You can say, do you want to receive free memberships? And you say yes. You don't actually have to join the channel membership. You just say yes that you want it, and then you're ready to go. And so when you see these things happen, that someone gives you free membership, then the system will give you one. If you don't do one of those two things, then you'll never get one, ever. Even if like right, and the system will hold them until the next time that the channel does a live stream, and then it'll send them out again, hopefully. So, like right now, I think we've had no one's gotten one, no one's getting one right now, but that's because you gotta opt in.
Give me my free one.
Speaking of the dead, real quick, Brian says you defend your family. They're all you truly have in this life. I mean, all your family, not just the ones you have by blood. Damn straight, brother. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do YouTube hold on to those membership? What happens if one of them doesn't get claimed? Let's say just one out of 5 or 10. Do we know what happens?
Yeah, YouTube keeps the membership, keeps the money until. Well, look who's here.
Hey guys.
Look who's here, Mister. I can't make the stream because I'm on the train.
I'm sorry. I just got home, so I didn't realize you guys were still alive. I was like, okay, let's go. Let's try to get in before he closes the show.
So Cece, as somebody who's got a little YouTube check mark, and tons of subs and tons of watch hours and tons of videos on your amazing channel, we're really proud of our boy here, Macadine, because this weekend he's going to have his first monetization live stream. He just hit 1,000 subs. He's had the watch hours. He is literally.
Oh, you got monetized? Welcome to the nightmare.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
No, literally though, he's like our new. We're super proud of him, and it's such a joy. And Tom, this weekend Sunday, he's going to do his first monetization stream. Isn't that neat?
That's neat, but just remember the time when your life was yours. You'll wish this time was back again.
I know, because I've realized, because in the moment after I got monetized, I realized that my Monday videos are taking off. Like they're getting views and likes like crazy. So I'm getting all the subscribers.
And YouTube loves to taketh away more than it loves to giveth. So if you don't keep up with shit, they'll be like, "Oh, that monetization we gave you. Sorry about that, but we're gonna take that away now."
Yeah, no holidays ever again. No day trips. Can't even go to the washroom.
I can't tell you.
Don't
brother,
even think about a girlfriend.
That's right.
Well, wait. Hold on a second.
I can't tell you, Mac, how proud I am of you, brother, because you did it your way, and that's dude, that's a rarity. I want to tell you something. There's a lot of people that have just gone along and they copy shit and they copy people, and there's no originality, and there's a lot of shit like that happens, and there are a few of us that have done it our way, that have said, you know what, I don't give a shit what anybody else tells me. I'm going to do it my way, and this is how I'm going to do it. And that's exactly what you did, brother. You did it your way. So congrats, man.
Thank you, man. This is what being in the trenches for 2 years straight is kind of like,
Persistence helps.
Yeah.
Yes.
That first 1,000 subs is really hard.
Yes, it was. It just, I'm still thinking about it. It's still just like, just amazing. Just like a blur to me. Just like, it's just so much has happened in the course of a summer. And now here I am, and it feels like the sky's the limit. It feels like, we're just getting started. That's what it ultimately feels like for me.
I think that's
I tell that people
about it though. It's a beginning, not an end. Every stage is a beginning in this.
Grumpy says it's basically the end of chapter 1 for me.
Yeah.
I tell people in the karaoke community all the time, because there's like 80 of us now. And they're like, man, I'm only at like 300 or 400. And it's like, and I'm like, dude, you're growing faster than I ever was. It takes you like it can take a long time to get that.
Think about that. To stand in a room and have 300 people in front. Not all of those 300 might watch you, but to stand in a room with 300 people in front of you listening to what you have to say, you would think that was a big deal. 300 people. So to have 300 subs is a good thing. It's It's not nothing. 300 people have said it. I
No,
like
that's an
that
accomplishment
enough.
on its own.
I like that enough to hit that button and come back and see what else is going on. And that it's quite flattering, you know. It's a flattering thing.
It
So
is.
nobody should ever knock 300. I was excited when I got there. So
Yeah, there is nothing wrong with taking well over a year to get to that point or more.
Yeah. I like
it's
the
just
organic
hardest
way
part,
as well. It's
honestly.
the organic side that's good. Yeah, take it organically as my. If I was to say I had a plan, it would be to not really have a plan. I'm trying to just do it organically, learn things. You know, for me, it was learning how to do video editing, learning how to do audio editing, learning how to do live streams, finding out what I really wanted to talk about as opposed to what I thought I did. And it's to me, it's just learning, you know, and rather than saying I'm going to get to that and do this. I think if you approach it from its enjoyment and fun and community as well, the community aspect to me, that's great. And then when you get those other things, it's like, and I haven't reached 1,000 yet. I'm like 557 or something. It'd be like, wow, I did it my way. So good for you, mate. Congratulations.
It is that natural just growth, and it's just like, you know, it feels like genuine growth just from just the years I've been. I mean, shit, I can't remember what it was like 2 years ago. Shit, I'm still thinking about what it was like 2 years ago when I started. And I'm just like, damn, we came. It feels like one long day. Long day. So.
Me and Loki were talking about 2 or 3 years ago. We're talking about and I thought it was great when you were on the show a week or two ago. You thought you were gonna go do it one way, and then you said no. I'm gonna do it by showing my art off, and that's how you got there. And because I think you were talking about how you thought you were gonna sort of do the whole pop culture critique type of thing, and you took your channel and you just followed your passion.
Yeah.
That's what Loki was talking about earlier. We were literally just talking about you.
Yeah, we were.
Was it Monday or Tuesday?
I think it was after the show on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's right. It was after the show on Tuesday. We're talking about you, and the thing that what I do want to I want to take a second to compliment Tom and Loki here at the top of the grid. And it sounds like CC is the same way of what I'm about to say, but there are so many channels and people that exist because of Tom Connors Jr. and Stone_Loki that. I mean, they are heroes of YouTube that don't get the credit or recognition for the inspiration and the help that they offer. And my thanks to both Tom and Stone Loki for all they've done.
What am I, a chopped puppet?
Hold on.
I have to give special thanks to Tom because he caught me during the first time I ever streamed. The first time I ever got on a live stream was with Tom, John Talks, and Nina Infinity.
Wait, what do you mean?
Oh, that was your first time streaming?
That was my first time. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Get out of Wait, what happened?
So
he may have even said it at the time. I just totally forgot, but yeah. Wow. Okay.
So I was chat on I was a modder and chat, and like John Talks really kept promoting my channel when I started back in like 2020 when I was just hanging out, and he appointed me as a mod, and then I think he did like an open stream, and I think he had Tom and Nina on, and I put in the chat, I was like, I think I can try it, and then he sure enough sent me a link, and the first time I ever got on live stream was with Tom, John Talks, and Nina Infinity. 2 years ago.
Sweet. That's pretty sweet. Yeah.
So,
I mean, I can thank you all too, because I've been watching at least some of you for several years now. I used to go on with my alt account, like my regular pedestrian name account, and then I got more courageous and started using the CC Karaoke account, and that turned into like Jedi Bill doing his streams and all that, and I suddenly realized like what I wanted to do was sing karaoke, right? And a lot of you from your communities ended up becoming like just blowing up the whole live karaoke scene because because we all connected with each other. And you're not a karaoke channel. It doesn't matter if you love to sing, right? And so
Yeah, I mean, I got to tell you, when I started noticing you show up on channels that I was either a mod or producer or contributor on, I got all giddy, CC, because what you don't know is that dating back to, I mean, anytime over the last year or two, I have put on your channel, literally, I have got to be like hundreds of watch hours of me on your channel while I did tax returns, especially late at night, like between like 12 and 4 in the morning in tax season. Because those, for 4 or 5. And when I saw you show up, I was all giddy. I was like, I don't know if you remember or not. I was like, oh my God, CC Karaoke here. Wait, do you remember?
I remember.
That?
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck? I got a Mexican.
It kind of blew my mind because I was thinking the same thing about you. I was like, oh my God, Mexican.
Well, CC,
Mexican
I remember
Ironman?
you being one of the first guys I ever saw with like one of those Trek marks. I'm like, whoa. Like that kind of caught that's why I always remembered your name, because like that was the first time I ever seen one of those. I'm like, that's different.
They won't give me a play button. I got into an argument with them.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
Jerks.
Wait, what?
But it's all right. The
What's
check
play
mark
button?
probably matters more, but
What's a play button?
it's
It's
the
an actual
creator
little
awards.
plaque. Yeah.
You get a
It's-
plaque,
it's,
silver
you know,
one, and
silver for 100K, gold for 1 million.
I guess Andre still has one somewheres, but I got a long ways to go on me to get one. But yeah.
Wait, what is a play button? Is that just that little certificate thingy?
No,
It's
an
actually
actual
like a
plaque.
plaque. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
no,
plaque.
Dude, I'd rather have a check mark than a plaque.
I mean, the plaque would look nice on the wall, but I mean, I
Well-
guess like the check mark is the thing people actually see.
So
if
what's the
something's
story? What
supposed to
happened? Why
matter.
did you get? Can I ask? What I mean? What happened?
I mean,
You got an
what, the play button?
Yeah, you got an argument with them.
Well, I'm sure many of you have had similar arguments with customer support on YouTube.
Ah.
Dude, there
about
is
this or that.
no customer support.
Is it customer support?
And-
Like,
No,
Customer support? No.
Bro,
it was kind of funny because they were saying, "Oh, you don't qualify, right?" And but please get back to us if you have any more questions, right? So every time they would respond, they would finish with, "Please respond if you have any more questions." I'm like, "Well, you're asking me to respond, so I'm going to keep responding." And I kept getting a new person every time I responded because they'd keep sending me off to the next person. And so there's no like.
Hello, my dear friend. My name is Scott, and I am with Google Support. How may I
Yeah,
help you
pretty
today? And you're
much,
like, your
right?
name's not Scott, bitch. Don't. My name
Hello?
is Scott.
hello,
Are you Google support? Or are you trying to help me clear my student loans again?
hello. My name is Princeton Gupta, and I am here to help you with customer support. And I'm also here for Latino slang to talk about Indian movie cinema.
I love messing with shit when that happens.
well, the thing is, if they ask if you know Latino slang, you can say, yes, of course I know him. Because you do.
It's in their job description. They have to ask you to reply if you wish, right? To give you permission to reply.
Bro, I
So
got a
because it's in their
newsflash for you.
job description. I just kept replying.
I lived in Silicon Valley, and like whenever you drive by like the Alphabet Company parking lot, there's never people there. So, I mean, I don't understand how this company can be so big and have the worst customer service on planet Earth.
I wondered that myself, Mike, because I could do you one better. Because before I moved out to where I am, I used to live a block. I think it was I used to live off 280, just
What?
about a block away from, just in the next like block or over from where YouTube is off of Cherry Avenue. The headquarters.
Bro, I know exactly where that's at.
Yep.
My office was down the street, like in Campbell. I had an office in Campbell.
Okay, I figured you would be I think you'd be across the street in the e-commerce building.
No. The rent was cheaper at the prune yard.
You know why Google don't give a shit about customer support? Because they don't care about retention. They've got like 1 billion, 2 billion users. The only companies that care about customer support are ones that want to keep customers. Google don't give a shit. They'll churn all day. They don't care.
If you check Social Blade, it lists 56 million channels.
Yeah.
No.
That's only the people who actually use Social Blade or who have checked, because they only log it once you search it, right? And it
Mhm.
still has 56 million channels.
Makes you realize how good it is to have even 300 subscribers then, when you think about that competition.
Well, that's the thing. If you have 300 subscribers, you're like in the 80th percentile already.
That's right. Yeah, I feel a lot better.
That's
about
why
that
it's so hard to get the first few hundred. And I say this because part of the algorithm is actually like showing up above the 1,000 other people who are at the very, very lower end. And so
Right,
it doesn't
yeah.
take much to just sort of lurch yourself over top of it.
Yeah,
right?
it does make me think that if I actually, you know, started making content when I was, you know, a part of this fellowship when back in the early days of the OG High Council, I probably would have been already way past, you know, 1K monetization at that time. So it's something to think about.
Oh, hey, I keep doing your thing your own
Exactly.
way. I mean,
Oh,
eventually you're
absolutely.
gonna like you're already kind of there in a way.
The enthusiasm
one of the things-
that you show is important, you know, and you're showing that, McInerney. You're doing your thing, and people are loving that, which is good.
One of the things I've always maintained, and one thing everybody should kind of keep in mind is you were at where you're at for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about being in the ocean with the sharks.
Yes.
Don't worry about any of that other shit. Just enjoy where you're at and have a
Enjoy
good
it.
time doing what you're doing. Don't have well, you know, I could have started the same time, McKinney. I was watching Jeremy, and I was watching Ethan, and I was watching Jeff when it first started, because I was a carryover from Geeks and Gamers back when Geeks and Gamers had like 2,000 subscribers. They had nobody watching them, and Jeremy's like, "Oh my God, The Last Jedi is gonna be so great," and and then it wasn't. But dude, you're at where you're at for a reason. I could have started then too. And you can't think about that shit though. You're where you're at. Be happy where you're at. Enjoy where you're at. Don't worry about swimming with sharks just yet. Have fun and enjoy the experience getting there. It's the channels that go from like 0 to 100K overnight. That's the shit you got to worry about, because they don't know how to deal with this shit later. They don't know how to deal with the fame. They don't know how to deal with the money. They don't know how to deal with none of that. So
retention also matters. I mean, you build up show, you're building up people who've been with you for a long time and keep tuning in. And
that's right.
Like you're making friends. I mean, that's part of it for me. It's like, it's amazing how many friends I've made, like people I've met. It's just like,
it's incredible.
You know,
it's incredible.
It's
like one of the best parts.
Yeah, that retention is important. This is why I like Loki and Snowdub, and I've loved your channels, and I've since the early days that you were doing them, and you're doing something that's unique, and you've got great personalities, and you've created these great personalities, and it's great fun, and it's the same. We keep coming back to watch you and keep being in the chat, and we enjoy it. I mean, I've never laughed so hard as I have at Snowdub at some of the streams you've had. I've hurt myself laughing.
I'm so sorry I did that to you.
that is why we come back, not for people of just hitting the same old stuff again and again just to get clicks, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like you meet, you know, you go on here and it's like, it's not just that you meet, you know, good friends. It's like the guys that you're like streaming with, the people you're streaming with, these are people you're probably going to meet at some point in real life. And they're going to recognize you immediately from either your voice or from how you look. So, and that's something to think about. Is like, you know, think about the friendships you make here within this group, within fellowship, community gathering, whatever you want to call it. There's a good chance some of those friends, they'll be with you for the rest of your life. Through every single moment of your life, they will always be there.
Yeah.
And,
well, I think that's an excellent point, because if someone would have, for all the things that social media can be frustrating with, for all the things, for all the negativity that can happen, if someone would have told me that all of my, like, if I just go back 5 years or 4 years or 3 years to now, all of my best friends I've met one way or another on YouTube. And it is fascinating to get to know certain people. Like, for example, to go from where Midnight's Edge, where I was just a fan of, and I found Tom before I knew about Andre. Tom led me to Andre and Tom. But if I had, like, here I am just a fan of their work, if someone ever told me I get the opportunity to work with them,
So I'm a gateway drug.
Yeah, you're my gateway drug.
We like to sniff you every
I
day,
mean,
Tom.
I
you
like
are
to-
everywhere.
But you gotta sniff, Tom, before you suck on that pinky toe, because that's where the real high is.
Oh,
When you suck on Tom's pinky toe. But and
What
just to
in
find
the
out,
fuck?
just to find out,
just let it go. Just let him go. Let him continue. Come on.
and to get to know how what amazing human being Tom and Andre are is just amazing. Getting to know Snowdub, my God, fuck! I was watching a show like I used to watch the Muppets as a kid. Fuck, like if anyone ever told me like Snowdub would become a brother was just shocking. And God bless Dave Bob. If it wasn't for Dave Bob and the Admiral, I never would have even come to Valhalla, because when Valhalla left Xanadu and started and put itself together, I didn't know Loki. Yeah, McKinney, there's a lot of history here, but yeah, everybody who started Valhalla,
I'm sorry.
Oh, blah blah blah. Play the outfit.
Play the
No,
outfit.
no, stop this! Hit the bike! No.
You're a very funny man, senor.
You know what?
I'm pretty sure, Loki.
God help Mexican Iron Man.
Pretty sure my super chat is worth at least 2 plays of that video that we haven't had yet.
I remember on Wednesday. I just said, I'm just here to super chat just so you can play the Alf video.
I actually want to just, Mike. I want to follow up on something you said there, and I know it sounds like it's the Tom Connors Love Club, but Tom, I agree. Tom has been an absolutely fabulous person to know. He has invited me into the Midnight's Edge community, and not just part of the chat, but being a mod and then appearing on Midnight's Edge After Dark, and then in Midnight's Edge in the morning ones. This is a beyond wonderful, fantastic dream for me to do that. And Tom's been super encouraging to come onto my streams. I know he's probably getting embarrassed now, but he is a top man.
I'm just glad the check's cleared.
Yeah, yes, indeed. And next time I will kiss you goodnight after we. And Mike too. Mike, you've been a fantastic guy, giving a lot of help and encouragement, and been a lot of fun to hang out with. And Dave, if it wasn't for you, I'd be the oldest guy on the internet, Dave Bob. So thank you for being here.
Come on, man.
I appreciate that it was Dave Bob's avatar that made me rediscover my love for Looney Tunes and how much I love Foghorn Leghorn and how much he's fucking hilarious.
Marvin the Martian is my fucking spirit animal. God damn it!
Oh God, I love that. Can anybody do a Marvin the Martian impersonation? Because I can't.
I think everybody can.
There's supposed to be an Earth shattering.
What happened to the X-252?
Now, what's the name of the gun? Who knows the number of the gun? McKinney?
P-32.
Modulator.
It's
got to chill and curb it a little bit there.
6 is like that guy that used to stand behind Caesar or the generals in Rome when they were getting their parade and say, "You're only mortal."
Okay, so this is hilarious. 6 says, "That 70s. For what it's worth, I voted no on letting you on mead."
She was right all along. So congratulations, 6. You were correct. Anywho,
me and Mike were having a talk the other day, and I hope you don't mind if I share this. I don't think you will, but God help me. There was someone that had talked to the two of us about how do I get on with EBS? How do I get on with Nerdrotic? How do I get on with and it's those questions that you're like, you don't need to be asking those questions.
Exactly.
What you need to be thinking about is how do I expand with the community and meet more people and talk to more people and get to know more people and get to become more friendly with people.
You just
a
answered
year
the question,
ago.
okay?
Yeah.
Just answer the question. You go to these meetings, you go to these meetups, these cons, and you'll actually meet these people, and you might be on the live stream.
The
right
worst
then when
thing you can
meet
do is just ask them, like, especially like in a public setting.
Exactly.
Like that's
no, exactly.
like, and I mean, like, and ask him in a way like that puts him on the spot. Like, don't ever do that. Like, you can reach out to him in emails, or like you said, if you meet him in person at like a meetup, maybe. But like, I've seen a lot of people ask other individuals about being on streams and stuff right in the middle of a live stream, and that's kind of not the way to do it.
No.
Because it puts that individual on the spot, especially if they, because then they don't show up for you, and it makes them look a certain way, and you look a certain way. It's like,
I think the other thing is that you've got to have something that they're going to be interested in talking about and wanting to talk about. So if there's something that, like, Gary has agreed to come on one of my streams soon, and it's because I'm talking about metal and punk, which he's into, and he never gets a chance to talk about music.
Right?
So
Yeah, that's another thing.
He doesn't get the chance to talk about music, so he said, "I'd love to do that." So it's something. If it's something they're not because they do their own shows. They don't want to come to your show and do their show.
No,
they want to talk about something else. So it's that as well, and people will come if you're talking about something interesting they want to talk about.
Yeah, and don't get offended if you don't hear back from somebody.
Yeah.
I asked somebody to come on the channel once. I hadn't heard back from them, and then like 2 months later, they sent me a message and were like, "Oh my god, I just saw this." Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I didn't want it to be awkward.
I've been playing email tag with so many different people. Like Eric July, for instance, just got back to me for the first time in forever, not too long ago, and it's like we've been playing email tag for almost like 2 years now. So it's just one of those things. Sometimes you just got to wait for the moment to catch up. Yeah. Well, I got to remind people of the same thing for me, too. It's like, that's why I say remind me of shit. Because my emails and my messages get so buried. It's like, I can't remember
making
if I'm supposed to
karaoke of your tracks.
Yeah.
I've tried putting out. Nobody wants it.
I need to send you that, don't I?
I've tried putting out.
No, that too.
Just can I don't forgive me for doing this, but I wanted to say something just before it because I know we'll probably wind up at some point soon. But today was the 80th anniversary of the Dieppe landings in World War II, and as a Canadian and CC, I think you'll know what I'm talking about. It's quite a big deal. So those 3,300 Canadian troops landed in 80 years ago today. 3,300 were killed or wounded. 2,000 were taken prisoner by the Germans, including my father-in-law, who spent 4 years nearly 4 years in a prisoner of war camp in Germany. So today's the 80th anniversary of that. So I'd just like to say, God bless all those guys, rest in peace, and thank you for everything you did. And they were in an unwinnable situation and had a horrible experience, but we all thank you for your sacrifice, guys, and we don't forget. We're not forgetting. So
absolutely.
Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to bring anybody down. But,
No.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Not at all, brother.
I'd also like to point out that it's been 20 years since the good Scott brother died.
Was it Tony?
Tony Scott, yeah.
That's right.
Wow. Is that really that long?
It almost feels like it was yesterday because
Or is it 10 years? 10 years, I think, actually.
Yeah, I think it's been 10 years.
Sorry, I said 20. I meant 10.
No, because it was in 2012. I was like, I think about it. I was like, wow, that's.
But no, it's still.
I get that lately where it's like, wow, has it already been 10 years?
I know. I used to make fun of my dad for skipping a decade all the time when I was younger. And now it's like I do that shit all the fucking time. One way or another.
That's right. Yeah. The 90s were a bit of a blur for me because I was single again, so I don't really remember a lot.
For me, it was the 2000s, but yeah.
But God, that's been a while, eh? Jeez. Anyway, yeah, he was great. Love Tony Scott. What a director. Great.
Definitely, like he was the one that always got the flack because he made the more commercially viable films. But to me, he was the more consistent. Right, and he didn't need 20 director's cuts to finally get his vision.
I know, and actors loved working with him.
Oh, God, yes.
Denzel Washington and all worked with him a lot. These guys loved him, and there's got to be a reason for that,
I just happened to watch True Romance for the first time in a while again the other night, and I'm listening to it yesterday actually with the commentary. Surprisingly enough, considering the day today. And throughout the whole thing, you just basically sit there and Tarantino's talking about a lot of things, but a lot of times he just keeps dumping back to the fact that he just gushing over how Tony Scott did this movie, right? Like he just loves, and he talks about how, he made it better and this, that, and the other. Just, you know, it was kind of just weird that, you know, we lost a guy like that who can make almost every one of the movies in his catalog are movies we all like, right?
Yeah.
Like, just go look at his catalog of films. You'll have a hard time going, well, I didn't really care for that one. You know?
Yeah, there's not one that isn't at least
decent,
you know, better than average or decent. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just looking at it now, I mean, even the first movie, The Hunger. I love the Hunger.
That's what I mean. But I mean, his brother
well,
always gets his. Let's be real. His brother's always getting his cock sucked, but nobody ever talks about how great Tony was. That's the thing that bothers me. And I can't believe more love didn't come up for him with the success of Top Gun. I think people forgot that he was one of the reasons that first film was such a success, because he was kind of like Michael Bay, but good. Right?
Yeah, Michael Bay was actually good. Yeah, exactly.
If Michael Bay was a good director and could deliver a good film, that was Tony Scott, man. A movie that you were like, fuck yeah! You know, watching it, but it was still a good movie, right?
No one can direct beach volleyball like Tony Scott.
Nobody. And keep it just on that line of, is this gay?
Is this gay or is it super gay? Is it gay or super gay?
Yeah. Is it? No, it's 80s gay, my friend.
Is it
80s
gay.
gay.
Martin gay. Yes, but yeah, he was great guy, and definitely miss his movies. But Crimson Tide, I mean, come on.
Yeah, Crimson Tide. I mean, Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Pretty much Denzel's best films.
I was gonna say, even if you don't like the second Beverly Hills Cop as much, you cannot say that it doesn't look beautiful compared to the first film. I mean, it's shot just in comparison.
Yeah, Man on Fire, Crimson Tide, yeah, Denzel.
One of the better remakes, Man on Fire, definitely.
Yeah, I love Deja Vu as well. Yeah,
same. I remember watching Deja Vu in high school.
I'm just gonna have to go and watch them all again now. You've just reminded me of how good they all were.
Yeah, Tony was just one of those guys that never got enough praise.
Enemy of the State, I love that. I mean, Gene Hackman, anything.
Oh, yes. Yes.
What a great film.
Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor, the greatest criminal mind of our time.
Yeah. I mean, it'd been a terrible. See, Gene's one of those guys that it might be a pretty bad movie, but he's always good in it.
He turned it on out here while he was inside there. Safe the whole time.
Run the picket fence! Run the picket fence! The picket fence!
Brilliant.
Yeah.
It's a little movie called Hoosiers about basketball,
yes.
American basketball.
That movie, I swear, that is like, if you've ever taken any sports, I swear a coach will like throw that movie in like first night. He's like, we're all watching Hoosiers. It's like, seen it like 12 times.
He probably played a coach for every major league sport. I'm just trying to think of
pretty much like football, basketball.
He did hockey.
Did he do baseball or hockey? That's the only two.
He did a hockey coach in some movie. No, it wasn't Mystery Alaska. That's a different film. Pretty sure he did. Gene Hackman did a hockey film. But so there you go. The chat will know. But yes,
Gene Hackman's awesome. I'm so glad he's doing well.
Yeah, he's loving retirement.
Yes,
he
is.
writes novels. He does write novels, but
y'all are fucking crazy. I'm leaving this town.
He said he would make another movie as long as it was made in his house and it was only him and his wife that were in it.
Basically, yeah.
He didn't want to go anywhere. So,
but actually, you could probably get him to do some voiceover work.
Yeah,
especially nowadays, like you can get one of these mic setups like Mikey's got there is technically, professional enough that that's good enough, that you just bring that into his house and bada bing, bada boom.
I'm not sure he ever said he wouldn't work again, but he said he was pretty sure he didn't want to go in a movie set.
Well, of course, exactly. You're not blame him.
Well, it's like Daniel Day-Lewis. He gets the right script, right director. It could coax him out of retirement one more time.
I think you could definitely see that happening, Loki. Yeah, for sure. I mean,
I wish Gene had gone on a higher note than Mooseport, but I mean, hey, it is what it is,
It's still better than some of the movies Michael Caine has made over the years. And
Michael Caine will be alive forever, sir.
Yeah. The movie
William Shatner.
The movie might not have looked great, but the
shark ate my plane and I still beat it.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm convinced that if William Shatner ever dies, he hasn't actually died. He just had to. He just had to make it look that way.
Transcended.
He's found immortality. He's
In fact,
somehow.
Yeah, he
one of
is.
these,
he
you know
doesn't
that they're
talk
saying-
about it, but he's going after it. And
He
like,
doesn't.
he can't be 150 without
There's
raising
one
some
common
headlines,
denominator
right?
between all these like 80, 90-year-old guys who are spry as fuck. And you guys know what that is?
Oh, that's weird.
Pussy.
Well,
That is it.
Yes.
They all have
You know what?
young pussy.
You know what? I never thought of that, but you know what? That makes.
I've thought about it
And I think
forever.
that's something
That's what kept what's his fucking face alive for years and years and years. Paramount, the guy that owned Paramount, Redstone, Sumner Redstone, motherfucker was like 108 years old and still ate a steak every day and fucked 2-3 times a day. Like,
Well, it
Loki,
makes
Loki, I
sense.
think I might be writing this down. I think it's something to keep
Yes,
in mind.
write it down. Write it
You
down.
stop,
George
the
fucking
I've
nature-
always
Burns.
said
if you
I'm
stop,
gonna
nature
go
wants you to
out.
go away.
I'm gonna go out in bed with 2 legs up above my
sure,
shoulders.
he
That's
loved
how I'm gonna
Gracie,
go out.
but something kept
Yes,
him
he's
alive for
gonna be-
those last 20, 30 years, man. It had to be that young pussy, I bet.
Exactly. Be Loki, Snow Dub, Tom, everybody. We all
Something
gonna
in
be
the
doing-
juices.
It's gonna be Loki's Wars of Mischief, and Loki's like 120 years old or something. He's still going, you know.
Well, don't you
Yeah,
remember
you're
like,
not
that
the
Pussy was
procreating
great
nature.
last night. He was
Does anybody
absolutely
remember
wonderful.
like 20 years ago or 10 years ago, like somebody asked Michael Douglas, like, what's your trick for looking so young? He's like, I eat pussy or something.
I eat pussy every night. I eat vagina. Look at Mike's face down there in the corner, like
But Mike's thinking, he's like,
Sorry.
"Oh,
He knows
he's
all
thinking
this
this
shit
is-
already.
He's like, he knows.
You're already
Right,
looking
so
good.
He's like, you're
so-
preaching to the choir here, guys. Like, here.
So Gene Hackman.
He's like,
played
why
a
do you think I
football
still look
coach
this good?
in the replacements? So we've got football.
Well,
Yeah, I said.
What do you
football,
think? What do you
yeah.
think? I have such a nice salt and pepper beard. Yeah.
Look at Hugh Hefner, another one. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that
I think
motherfucker was like young
I think
and.
I need to take advantage of my female audience for Marketing Live now, just in case.
Oh shit!
Oh, Mac, the female audience is like ice cream. It's no fun unless you get it all over your
I'll
face.
tell you what, though, nothing will keep a man on his feet more than a
And there's some
grandkid or a
multiple
young
flavors.
woman. That's for true. That's the truth. A grandkid or a young woman will keep an old man on his feet real quick.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, there's a lot of studies about that. Why a lot of times you'll see guys live older that date younger because younger women make men feel younger and feel alive.
Exactly.
Got to keep up with them.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Mexican Ironman does his best.
Exactly.
When called,
And I-
Get yourself.
And
serve, I serve.
and with that,
Yeah, with that.
Mike's
That's how we end it. That's
Time
how-
for
Thing down.
And that's how we
Alex
end it.
in
That's
the
how we end the show. It's a good reminder.
who's got
Pussy will make
something
you live longer. The more you know.
Boobs are the secret to life too. Boobs.
Actually, there's some truth to
More
that.
boobs. Yeah. Staring at boobs makes you live
Scientific
longer.
fact. Yeah,
Yeah, science.
it's science, kids.
Just
Science.
trust
Very
the
science-y.
science, kids.
Trust
Trust the
it.
science.
And sex is good for men, especially older men. It's good for our prostate. So remember that, women.
That's right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Depends who you're having sex with, though.
Well, that's true.
That's right. That's right.
It might be
damn
really
straight.
bad for your prostate.
Well,
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 if
if
you
it
have
gets to-
prostate
if it gets to-
issues, go
if it
see a
gets to-
doctor.
well, that's what I'm saying.
You ever
Take-
have that moment when you like are out in public and you just happen to see an X and you're like, oh my fucking god, what happened? And you're like, damn, I immediately feel better about being me.
Wait a minute.
Wow,
How
you
do
let
know they're
yourself
not
go,
thinking
kind
that
of
about
way. Is that what
you?
we're talking about, Loki?
They could be thinking that about you, Loki.
They could.
Have you
Oh
thought
no,
that?
I'm still smexy as fuck.
Smexy.
Smexy. I thought that would be Mike. He's a smexy can.
Mike is the ladies'
smexy.
man.
He's a
Oh, yeah.
Mexican.
Mike is the ladies' man.
I'm just a humble taco farmer from South
See,
Carolina.
this is how he
Yeah,
does
bullshit.
it. This is how he does it. He knows
Humble.
exactly the games to play. He knows exactly what makes women
Oh,
melt, and that's how it
Tom,
works.
hold on. Mike almost got eaten alive on a member's stream when my artist showed up, and he was like, I'm just a wounded antelope Mexican Iron Man. And she was like, that's exactly how I like to devour that. He's like, what the fuck?
He's
She
not dumb.
flipped
He
it
knows
all.
exactly what he's doing.
She flipped it all around on him.
Only Tom, only one time in all of my online experience, hanging out, whatever. Only one time have I been turned on and realized that I was no longer hunting? I would become the hunter.
That was just like with me. That was like with me
don't
when
let
I
him
did
fool
my
you.
face reveal, when I did my face reveal on Fat Stream last year. And it was just like everyone just lost their mind. It was like, this guy's handsome. Oh my god, he's hot. And the person I keep hearing, the person I'm hearing like hooting and hollering the loudest was Arwen. I'm like,
yeah, ladies, don't be fooled by the whole wounded animal bit.
Exactly.
He knows what he's up to.
Exactly.
He's like, didn't you just hear him? He confessed. He confessed. He's like, there's only one time where the woman turned the tables on me. That's how you know. He knows exactly what he's up to. I'm poor widow Mexican Iron Man. I'm stupid. I need woman to help me.
Well,
it's a valid approach.
But Mike is an angel. He's innocent. You know, he's not.
You know what Mikey really wants? Mikey likes sandwich.
Exactly.
That's how he gets it made.
Oh my god. All right, guys, that's it. We're out of time. It's the end of the night. We're almost to Saturday. Thank you guys so very much, each and every one of you, for being here. Everyone in the chat, you guys are absolutely great. If you got anything going on, by all means, let us know right now. I know Max got your.
Yeah, let's go to 70s first. 70s, what you got?
Yeah.
Well, not a great deal. I'm working. I was editing a video before I came on here, but it'll be out in a day or two. Next live show will not be until Monday the 29th, and this is the one that, fingers crossed, he's still okay, that Gary's going to be on. We're going to be doing metal in California, because that's you've got the LA Sunset Strip, you got the Bay Area where the Big Four hit it big and all that stuff. So that's going to be a lot of fun talking about that.
Sweet. Dave Bob. All right. Next comment.
I say I'm Dave Bob.
Cece, what you got going on?
I know Loki mentioned Ramblin' Canuck earlier. So basically, with me, it's just always just live karaoke stream.
That's tomorrow night, right?
Whole bunch of channels doing it. Jedi Bill's doing it. Rambling Canuck, VacTube, myself sometimes.
I get sucked up into that. That's usually Saturday nights, right?
Yeah.
Kicks off, I think, usually about 7-ish, 8-ish, somewhere in there, depending on your time.
Yeah, just check out Jedi Bill's channel, and you'll see tomorrow night's karaoke stream, basically.
Sweet. Snowdub. Tomorrow night we got the Con Council, right?
Con Council about the exact same time as Jedi Bill stream. So if you're not into singing and you're more into puppets, I guess.
Yeah, I know. I got to get back over there, brother.
It's all good.
I owe you a few.
Whatever, Alf.
A few what? What does he owe you? Wait. If this is about,
the Con Council. Well, here's the thing. Like, Alf, I can only do for a few minutes, right? Like,
you're in the
and I almost bought a few more puppets, Snow.
Well, I thought Floral was custom making you one.
He was, but I haven't heard nothing about. I thought he said something about making it. He had already kind of figured something else out for it, so I hadn't talked to him in a bit about it. But yeah, if he's still willing to work on it, I just got to get some money together.
Finished my puppet
because he needs materials to get stuff done. But
yeah, we put Fitzgaggety's puppet ahead of yours too a little bit.
No, that's totally all right. Because my financial situation right now has not been to where I can kind of just throw some money at him. But hopefully I will be able to soon. Because I was hoping for like 2 or 3 puppets to work with. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all good. We ain't going nowhere. We're there every Saturday night, so come hang out or just check out the replay on the Snowdub Live channel. All good.
All good.
Skull and tuck and roll.
That brings us to a very special Sunday show that you're having, are you not, sir?
I mean, it's nothing. Just a little get together. No, I'm just kidding. No,
he's losing his virginity live.
Yes, that's
YouTube.
what has happened, and apparently my first super chat pretty much signifies that. Yes,
popping his cherry.
Come see his cherry get popped.
You'll see the one who I lose my V card to. So anyway,
it's all going down.
Yeah, it goes downhill from here. But no, this is the moment I've been waiting for, and I cannot believe it's happening so this early. I'm hoping it's with Sherry. That's what I'm saying. Anyway,
you might have to fight Mike on that one.
It's out there now.
I will happily fight Mike to the death for Sherry. Okay, it'll be who is going to heal us first. Who's going to be the one nurse us first? It's going to be me. Sherry.
Mike is really good at the wounded can a
Wait,
little
hold
bit.
on. Wait. So Sherry has to go to whoever gets injured first. Oh my God! Suddenly,
Yeah, I'm gonna injure myself first.
How do you think he got into that accident in the first place, dude? Dude, motherfucker was in a hospital for months. I guarantee you it had something to do with pussy.
Exactly. No, but yes, it is. Sunday is the moment I've been waiting for.
Is it 3:30 Pacific? No, it's 3:30
12:30 Pacific, 3:30 Eastern. I think I have confirmed. I think it's about at least 20 people are going to be showing up. So it's going to be a huge, just big bash. But on top of that, it is the season finale of Mocking Live Season 7, and it's also the 2-year anniversary of Mocking Live. The 2-year anniversary of the day that I turned that camera on.
Synchronicity.
And actually it'll be on Tuesday, but yeah, it's a 2-year anniversary. It's something very special for me, very special for Sherry, thank you.
Hey.
Can I check myself in right now?
No. You know what? Mackie, suddenly your insurance card doesn't work and you cannot be admitted. You got to go to the kennel clinic.
Bullshit.
No, sorry. No.
It'll only cover you for enemas. That's it.
Really? It's like that? No, but yes, so many people are going to be here. Of course, Mike, Snow, Loki's going to be there. If I can get Tom there, I would love to, but I got to go through Mike.
Send me a link, and if I'm free, I will definitely pop in.
Absolutely, will do. But yeah, it's going to be so many people are going to show up. It's going to be just a special momentous occasion. I'm getting everything set up as much as I can, so I probably won't be doing Twitch tomorrow night just because I'm trying to get everything set up for Sunday. But yeah, it's going to be an incredible moment, and I want to say thank you guys for just everything, for all this. And like I said, the sketch diary videos I've been doing have been blowing up so much thanks to you guys. It's absolutely crazy. So I have you guys thank for that. So, and yeah, onwards and upwards, man. Sky's the limit. I don't want to go on. I don't want to go on this. I don't want to go on this whole tour that I did because we'd be here for another 2 hours. It'll be just like when I was on Loki's Wednesday show. So I want to cut that off. But listen, from bottom of my heart, I am so incredibly blessed and grateful to be around such an incredible group of people, and I'm so glad you guys have got me to do this. And I feel like I've made so many people proud, including every single person on this panel. So there you go. I'll see y'all Sunday. I can't wait.
Dave Bob's back.
Dave Bob and Cece. I think I missed you. Or Cece, did I call on you, Cece?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Dave Bob.
Hey, just buy Dega's books. Hey, good Lord.
Yeah,
I say, who is responsible for this attack on my person?
That
right here, guys. The Blood Witch, a dark high fantasy novel by renowned author Dr. Adega Outlaw. Get your copy of The Blood Witch, which is on sale now on Kindle and Amazon.com, or just click the link in the description of this video. Sorry, I didn't mean to rub you over, Tom. And the description is there is a link to that book in the description of this video. So.
Oh, one more thing. I will be doing a face reveal at the end of Sunday's stream. So
nice.
So that's a sort of thing.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Loki, take us out, brother.
We're out. Everybody take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter and skull.